Recruiter here, the headless headhunter, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resume. The resume we have up first is a SDE1, which basically software development engineer, and I don't like using those titles of like SDE1, 2, or 3 because companies vary in the job titles a lot. Like, one company's SDE3 could be equivalent to another's SD1 or 2. So this person has a terrible ratio. They've been applying for the past month looking for a switch, but very little callbacks. They've tried using referrals, but it didn't work. 2 interviews in the past 2 months. So yeah, that's not very great. Their ratio, they said, is about 150 to 1. So again, that takes them over 150 applications to get a single interview, which is not good. 1 interview a month is not enough. We ideally want 1 interview a week. I think that is, if you want a job, that is the goal to shoot for, is 1 every week. So I did a meter read of this, could not find it. Let's see what they were missing. So first off, I did not know what stack you were, but I was going to guess it was full stack based on the fact that your first role said full stack. And this. So this is the qualifications for a full stack software engineer. In fact, I should probably type that, full stack. So TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, GraphQL, SQL, React.js, API, RESTful API, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, any of the primary languages, .NET, Python, or Java. You don't need all of them. And bonus points for architecture, extra language, Git, and DevOps. Yeah, that is a lot, but again, we only need about 75% of it. So I did want to qualify that I am a US-based recruiter. I have never recruited in India, which I assume is where this person is applying. So I'm not sure if this 100% equals out over there, but I'm still going to give it the best go I can to help this person. So the very first thing I see is 3D interacting mapping tool. Okay, that's fine. Don't bold it. So your resume should not be bolded. In fact, still have a bit of a migraine, and I am still pretty tired, so hopefully this makes sense. This is how your resume needs to look. This right here. This is perfect. It's boring. It's basic. It's great. I swear to you. So this does not matter. I do not need this. There's nothing here that is useful. This, it should not be underlined like this. And then this should be 1 line and should be italicized but not bolded. And nothing here should be bolded. When you bold everything in your resume, nothing's bolded, and I cannot find it, which was the case here. I only got down to, I think, like here before I ran out of time. That was literally how long I had because of your summary and because the bolding made me go back and forth. So in that time, I found TypeScript, Next.js, SQL, and Python out of the corner of my eye. That's 4 things. That's not enough. So what we need to do here is also, what is 3JS? I assume, like, I actually don't know what that one is. That's a new one to me. But yeah, so first off, I want to see built a 3D interactive pane mapping tool. That part's fine. Using, and then you put this stuff. But I want to see the primary stuff. I want to see TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and Next.js. That's what I want to see there. Used by, again, don't bold this. Why? It doesn't matter that it's used by that many patients. I mean, this part is okay. I don't need the 6K. It has no relevance to what I'm looking for. This is not really what I'm looking for. SQL is good, but the rest of this is not enough. You need to have more. So again, every bullet point should have at least 2 to 3 qualifications. Is Redis a qualification? Probably not. Not a lot of companies seem to have it. Also, I'm out of the frame. Hierarchy category system with role-based crucible. Yeah, again, this can be deleted. There's nothing there. Microservices could be used. Fast API in Python could be good. And CI/CD is good, but I didn't get that far down. But I am missing cloud. I am missing cross-functional. I am missing RESTful APIs. I am missing maybe Angular or GraphQL. And I'm missing JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. Again, where is that? It's a full stack role. You got to have the basics on it. At least in the United States. Maybe it is different in what they're requiring for in India. That is entirely probable. But I need to see that, and I don't. I saw about 35 to 40% of what you had, which probably tracks with the amount of interviews you're getting if it's about 150, because that means there are some of the qualifications that they could find, but most of the time they're not able to find everything enough to move you forward. So that tracks with about what you're getting. So that's all you really need to do is, first off, fix the formatting. Second off, oh yeah, I didn't even see this. Your education should be up at the top. Unless it's not relevant, but it looks like it's relevant. And stop with the bolding. So formatting needs to be changed. Education should replace where the summary is. And then you need more stuff in your bullet points, and you need to remove some of the less needed stuff. Like, I don't know if I need L1, L3. I don't know. Okay, yeah, there's nothing in this sentence that I can use to move you forward. This has SQL, that's good, but I need more. This has Next.js, which is good, and TypeScript, which is good, but I still need a little bit more. This has CI/CD, and that's it. Again, we just need more qualifications. Those are not keywords, all right? It's not like keyword hunting. It's the actual qualifications that the manager is needing. If the manager needs a full-stack software engineer, and they need somebody that knows JavaScript, CSS, and HTML, no matter how boring or basic you think that is, if we do not see that in your resume, we cannot move you forward. It cannot be implied. So that's really all I can do for this one. I don't think it's going to take you too long to fix this, maybe like an hour or two max, and then you should have a solid resume that you can start applying and getting much more interviews with. So before we go to the next resume, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out. And if you ever need more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter, where I go over and find these qualifications for you and can do a much deeper dive into like interview prep and all that stuff. So next resume. This is a resume of a OSP project manager. I think I misspelled manager. I did. Anyway, what they're looking for, at least this one job ad, this person had a very specific job they wanted to apply to, which honestly, I'm not sure if by the time this video comes out, it might have been too late. Because again, the faster you apply to a job, the better. But what they were looking for in an OSP project manager is project management experience in telecom, construction, or similar industries, interact with stakeholders and how, along with multitasking projects, Excel, ESRI, IQ, GEO, and GIS, and how you grew a team. So I wanted to take this time because I know this is a very niche industry, but project manager experience usually is going to be about the same stuff. So if you're looking to become a project manager in general, you will need to tell me how you did it and the reason and result you did it, much more so than I'd say almost anyone else. You need to show me how you worked on multiple projects simultaneously. You will need to show me how you interacted with stakeholders. So stakeholders could be internal or external customers. Again, really depends on the role. And you will also need to show me how you led. So I don't mean like I personally did X. I need to see that, led a team of 20 or 5 or 6 or whatever, where we did X and Y by my management, let me do X and Y. So that's kind of the stuff. So can I find this in 20 seconds? Let's see. And whoop, that was a weird, what? Formatting, go back. Thank you. That was weird. All right, and go. Lead is good, but again, I need to know the team. Vendors to this one's actually really good. I actually like this one. Design and implement infrastructure. Again, this is how you designed, not necessarily how you managed. This one's good. Jira project. That's actually pretty solid. Okay, so that's it. Could I move this forward? Maybe. The order, normally I'm not like a big fan of the order of bullet points, but in this case, I think it does matter, is your very first bullet point doesn't really show how you led, right? Like, I know that sounds weird because you stated led, but this could be interchanged with created end-to-end planning, design, and execution, and it wouldn't change the sentence. I don't want to see that you tell me that you led. I want to see how you did it. Like this, This is probably a better first sentence. Managed a 250K pole replacement program covering 25 sites. That shows that you can handle multiple areas. Coordinating contractors and field crews. That's the leadership they're kind of looking for. To ensure timely completion. Although in this case, instead of timely completion, I would say that we completed on schedule or something. This is a minor quibble. Compliance with utility standards and uninterrupted network service. This should be your first bullet point. This right here shows that you can lead. This doesn't show that you can lead. So I hope the difference between them, and I want you to write most of yours like this. I really liked it. Coordinated cross-functional stakeholders and vendors is also great to secure civil permits, supervise contractors, and conduct field service, delivering and OSP. That's great. I love that. That's perfection. Now, did you have any of the qualifications they were looking for of these little whatever IQ, GEOs, and whatever? Okay, so again, down there didn't count. Again, down there didn't count. There didn't count. Okay, so what you do need is to have ESRI, IQ, GEE, or GIS, and you need to put it in here. Like this could be your third bullet point, and this could show how you did the technical stuff. That's fine. I also don't necessarily see Excel. Again, I can't have it down here. We have to have it up here. But your management bullet points are actually pretty solid. Again, I like this one. I like this one. I like this one. And then we just need to put in a couple of more of the technical qualifications and switch around the order, and it should be solid. But overall, this is pretty close to what I'd be looking for. Yeah. I just need Excel. I need ESR, IQ, GE, GIS, and do I need something about multitasking? No, you already got it. That's basically the only thing I'm missing. So overall, good job. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of Batman. Bruce Batman Wayne, no relation. They said they graduated from mech engineering back in India, and soon after I came to the U.S. to pursue my master's. During school, you didn't get a lot of outside internships because you were focused on your coursework, but you worked a lot on campus, supporting stuff, projects, helping people run different initiatives. That's actually really good for project management and project coordinator, which is like the pre-step to a project manager. Now that I've graduated, I want to step into project assistant and project coordinator. I know it can be tough as a new grad, but I'm optimistic. Good. I want you to succeed. I'm not tied down to any specific industry. You started job hunting in May, but at that time, my resume wasn't where it needed to be and honestly wasn't in the right mindset. Let's see. So let's see if we can find what we have. All right. So for project coordinator, we're actually not going to need a lot of stuff. Multitasking, organizational skills, and your industry. Industry is pretty important. Most of the jobs did state like wanted previous experience in their industry, so you don't necessarily have to do any like specific tech in that industry, but they did seem to want to have previous like healthcare experience or construction experience, that kind of stuff. Microsoft Office / Google Worksheets, along with Smartsheets, Jira, Confluence, Excel, MS Project, and Outlook. That was huge. Almost every single one of them mentioned MS Office. Proactive problem solving. So this is big, and this is a little tricky to actually write down. They're not necessarily looking for how you solved every company's problem, but they are looking that you have solved problems before, and that you took basically proactive like problem solving stuff. So as an example, you say like, noticed our company's fluid dynamics were low, so I did X and Y, which fixed the issue. They want to know that you can identify problems that can occur with the project before they occur and that you can solve them. So you don't want to necessarily trash talk the other company, but you do want to say that there was a problem and here is how I solved it. Then they want to know that you can talk to other clients, customers, and stakeholders. They want to make sure you can talk to them. And then bonus for like admin support, whatever CAPM is, Asana, Trello, and MS Project. So let's see if I can't find it in 20 seconds. Away we go. We led a team of 5 is okay. Cross collaboration. This formatting is really hard to read. Using Norton, delivered reports in Jira, good. Applied Excel is also okay. Again, I'm sort of... So here's where I'm missing this. And I want you to notice these qualifications real quick, because there is something a little bit different. Is at no point are they actually asking for leadership. I know that sounds weird, right? Like, it's a project coordinator, you are going to be leading it, but they're not necessarily asking for leadership. They're asking that you've solved problems with the company or the issues. So lead, quality analysis, and risk assessment is okay, but they don't really care necessarily about the lead part. They care that you identified risks inherent to the project and that you fix them proactively. So I did find Jira, I did find like Google Docs and that kind of stuff, but a bigger problem besides the formatting, because the formatting isn't great, your formatting should definitely look like this and this, is that you don't really show me how you identified and fixed problems. Again, you're showing me like directed 3 members of a project to lead, but that, again, they're not asking for directing. I know it's a little weird because project coordinator is basically project manager, and that's what they kind of want is leadership, but it's not leadership. It's solving problems proactively with people. And that's a big thing. In fact, if you want to make almost any management or coordinator role, is you need to show how you fixed problems using people. There is a reason they call it human resources. You have humans that are resources to the company, and you use them to fix problems. So I don't see how you did that. So this is a case of where, yes, I see Excel, I see Jira, I see Confluence, I see almost stakeholders and clients and organizational skills, but I don't see how you proactively fix stuff. So I think that's a bigger problem, is, again, we're not looking for leadership, we're looking for solving problems with people. So not people are the problems, solving problems using the people, or solving problems. So again, that's what I'm missing, and I don't know if I can move you forward just because of that alone. That's like a big thing with this. So again, these are not keywords, right? Like, this is why these are qualifications and not keywords. Because if it was keyword based, yeah, I can move you forward, but it's not. It's qualification based, and you're not showing that you could proactively solve problems with people. So that's all I can do for this one. I'm going to help them out in chat a little bit more after this, and please fix the formatting. This is a beast. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a AI ML engineer, Python. So AI engineer and machine learning engineer can actually be different qualifications. They can also be the same, because an AI engineer does not necessarily mean a machine learning engineer. It's weird. AI can be weird. But for machine learning engineers specifically, what we are looking for is your degree, machine learning, models, LLM, NLP, generative AI, Python, R, C++, Cloud, SQL, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Skibidi-learn, Pandas, NumPy, LangChain, RAG, that you can talk to other people, so like customers and stakeholders or clients, and be the subject matter expert, because again, they do not want to send you in front of a client and then you just start crying. Which I hope you don't. I don't want people to just start crying. That's not good, but also the client would probably not like it. And then bonus for CAD, FEA, Git, CI/CD, finite element analysis, and API, although those for some very specific jobs. So again, if you don't have those, that's totally fine. But this person is probably having a different issue. They said, I am based outside the US and aiming for a role in San Francisco, and you need sponsorship. I will tell you right now, that's probably not going to happen unless you are a AI researcher. From what, again, I am happy to be wrong on this one, but it is really, really tough to get somebody to take on an H-1B. If you are outside the US and you are looking for a company to sponsor you into the US, that is an extremely difficult feat. In this economy, it does not happen much at often. I actually don't know of a company that does that. Again, unless it's like a super AI research engineer. So I don't know if your resume is going to matter because companies don't usually do that. It's tough to get them to sponsor an H-1B once you already have it. Or even from an OPT to an H-1B. Typically, the way people do it is they go to school in the U.S., and then from that degree, they go on an OPT into an H-1B, into citizenship or green card. If you are trying to flat out just do it without, and you are currently outside the U.S., I don't know if you're going to succeed just based on the fact that it's not really what the market's like. So I will review it based on what it would look like if you applied in the U.S., but I just wanted to let you know that you may be climbing up that hill right now, like Sisyphus, pushing it up. It may not be a task you can do. And after about 40 rounds of confinement, you've applied to 100 jobs in the U.S. and rejected by all. In your country, you get about a 1-to-40 ratio. So yeah, again, this is the thing is like, if you're an international, you will need to apply to about 75 a week. Not even in a month or whatever. So I don't know if your resume matters. So with all of that, because I want this to be helpful, I am now going to review it as if you were in the US and this company could theoretically sponsor you. So let's see if I can find it in 20 seconds. Probably some of it. All right, go. Yep. Fast API can be okay. RESTful API. No, multi-threading is a bonus. People like that word. LangChain, yes. APIs in cloud, Docker, Power BI, Python-driven automation scripts, good. But no, I would not actually be able to move forward with this in, again, I'm not sure if you're going for ML specifically or other AI, but I don't think I could actually move forward with this even if everything was correct. So in the US, at least, you will need this stuff for a machine learning engineer. And I'm actually recruiting personally for a few roles that are not this, but similar to it loosely. And they have some different qualifications. But if you look at the jobs that are being posted, these are what they're looking for. So you can't just have them here. You have to show how you did it. So your formatting is off, for sure. You need it to look like this. Again, nothing here should be bolded or anything other than black and white. And I need more, right? Like, I need to know the AI part. I know that sounds ridiculous because you say lead AI engineer, but I really would need to see, like, did you do models? Did you do generative? Because that is the thing, is that they are usually pretty specific in what they're asking you for. Some roles are generally just based on like anything, but others need specific stuff. Are you doing agentic work? Are you doing like LLMs or NLPs? Is it going to be more generative AI? I don't know because you did not tell me. So this resume doesn't really work because you just don't tell me enough about the AI. And I don't know super what you did besides this. I guess it's just a video generation platform. What do you mean grew model count to 30 and serve them? I don't know. You didn't really tell me. So you're missing some of the qualifications, and yeah, you're missing some of the qualifications, because even when AI, they want to know typically like what, even more than this. So yeah, I don't think I can move forward with this. Sorry, my brain is still tired. I have a migraine. I need sleep. But trying to think if there's anything else I can do to fix this. But yeah, I think you will need to redo most of this. Oh, and then all the way down here, it's AWS, which is good. I mean, we want clouds, but I need more. So I'm missing primarily also like how you talk to the customer. So this is too technical. I need you to break it down into understandable by a layman. And then when you do that, I also need you to add a little bit more of what I'm looking for specifically about the customer, stakeholders, or clients, and a little bit more about machine learning specifically, unless you're not going for machine learning specifically, because again, different qualifications. As an example, this is what I would want in an AI engineer. And switched. Are there a lot of similarities? Yes, but there's also a lot of differences. Like even some of, like one of the ones I'm looking for, like, is it RAG? Is it ML? Is it LangChain? Is it Skibbity? Is it Pandas? Is it agentic? What about SDLC, CI/CD, DevOps? So there's just not enough here. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of I do not know. I think it's an electrical engineer. I don't know where they're applying to. I'm very confused by this, and they fully dox themselves. So this is basically the only thing I can show, because above this is their full picture and phone number. Please stop doing that. Stop sending me your phone number and picture. I don't need it. What we're looking for in electrical engineer is electrical and electrical mechanical systems, EC80, Altium, and Eagle, wiring standards, documentation for design, electrical systems, IEEE, IEC, and ABS, PCB designs and manufacturing, along with Microsoft Office Suite and AutoCAD, if this is what I am thinking of. But I don't know, because again, I don't fully know what they're looking for. They didn't really tell me anything besides 150 ratio, and that the job search is looking for best candidate on the strong EE-related background. So, can I find this in 20 seconds? Probably not. Let's find out. Alright, again, this I cannot use, this I cannot use. Bachelor's degree, good. Tackle the inefficiency of manual attendance by embedded systems, actually something I could let. Yeah, I don't see anything here that would be electrical. Can I actually scroll down? I'm going to give them an extra second without doxing them. Okay, good. I can scroll down. Yeah, I mean, you've got machine learning and stuff here. I don't actually understand what you're looking for. This doesn't read like an electrical engineer. This reads like a designer who's using, again, machine learning. So I don't have that saved, so I don't really know what that is. And again, I don't know. I don't know what this is, and I can't really find this. So please, when you submit to me, don't just say assistant engineer. Please tell me specific job titles that you can find and the area, because if this is outside the U.S. as well, maybe assistant engineer makes sense, but I'm a U.S.-based recruiter. I don't know what other places call it. So that's all I can do for this resume, which I know is not a ton, but it's the best I can do. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help me out, and if you need more help, you can always join my Twitch stream at every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST, and on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter, and I will see you in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search.